Hello.
Hey!
How are ya?
Good. Is this okay, or should I turn my phone another way?
I would turn it. You have it sideways.
Yeah.
Turn
Hold
it
on.
straight up and down.
Okay.
There we go.
Hold on, I gotta prop it up with something.
All right. We good?
Yay! Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
How was your ribbon cutting?
So good. So good.
Good.
A new Mexican restaurant, El Canteen. So that was awesome. So
nice. Okay, I'm having a hard time
can you not hear
hearing
me?
you.
Okay.
I think I have my volume all the way up.
Okay. Can you hear me better now?
That just muted me. I don't want to mute me. Okay. All right.
Can you hear me better now, Grace?
A little bit.
Oh, wait. Maybe if I'm closer, does that help?
Maybe.
Does
okay.
It?
All right. So let's start with high priority. So if you could just give me just a real quick, rundown of what you guys do, what your service area is, and how long you've been with the company.
Okay. So, we have been in business over 20 years. We do plumbing and septic, anything underground, any kind of plumbing need. We started in Conyers, Georgia, and now we're all over Atlanta. We serve Walton County, Athens, Lake Country, Macon, Columbus. So the whole area, Southside, Griffin, Peachtree City, the whole metro area. So that's exciting.
Wow, that is, that's huge. Yeah, that's awesome.
I know, it's so good. So our guys, so how we grew is that we would hire a plumber, and then they take their truck home every day. So wherever they live, they work out of that area. And so that's how we were able to expand. Also, we do home warranty work. So because of the home warranty aspect, when there was the downturn in 2008, it actually allowed us to grow.
Right.
Because we did a lot of home warranty. Yeah.
Nice. So, nice. Well, and how long have you been with the company?
So I've been with High Priority Plumbing for 5 years now.
Okay.
I just celebrated 5 years. So it'll be 6 years in January, which I cannot believe it. But truly is the best job ever. And I'm really honored to work with them. They are an amazing group of people.
Awesome. So just quickly, what sort of things do you guys work on?
So we do any kind of residential plumbing issues. So anything small as faucets to water heater to whole home repipes. We also do, leak detection. So any leak in the yard, we can handle that. We come in with, with special equipment to find out where it is. So when you have that high water bill, you just call us. We come out and try to find it. Super fun. Well, not really fun, but crazy trivia here. But when we had the major freeze in December
last winter,
we took 497 phone calls in one day. And so normally we do like 250 calls so a day. So it was doubled up. So yeah, there was so much of a need for leak detection and like helping really save the day with everybody's homes getting flooded. Yeah,
I had an agent friend that was under contract on a rental property in Marietta. And the guy, she represented the seller. The upstairs unit owners went out of town. So water had been turned off to the unit she had listed. The upstairs neighbors went out of town and didn't do anything to prepare for that. No, I don't think anybody knew that was going to happen. And she gets a video from the buyer's agent. He went in and there are only a handful of things that really make me sick to my stomach. And one is seeing someone's house on fire. Like my mom's neighbor's house caught on fire and there's nothing you can do, right? Just, and she sent me this video of the water just pouring from the ceiling into her client's unit. And I was just like, she was maybe just a week away from closing. So we're September. It's still kind of warm. But we are headed into those winter months. So what would you guys suggest? Not saying that we're going to have as harsh of a winter as we did last year, but what do you suggest to clients to help prevent busted pipes?
So we always suggest, like let your water drip, obviously, and go through and like check your home, make sure the rooms are heated. What happened to my family, even though I work for High Priority Plumbing, we didn't think this through, but we checked the crawl space and the pipes were fine because they're under the house, but we didn't check the attic. And the attic got super cold, so our pipes in the attic froze, but we were able to, thank the Lord, they didn't rupture. Praise God, because I didn't
Yes.
know, I didn't know what was going to happen. But so, yeah, do that. And we can definitely come out and just look at your pipes and see, see if there's any exposures or anything that we need to wrap or take care of. So,
Okay. So
and,
like a pipe checkup.
yeah. So disclaimer, not a plumber.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to
Yes,
double
but you will
check
send the
what I say.
professionals to
Yeah,
us.
yeah, I'll send the heroes is what I call them. But yeah, they'll come and help. But yeah, super honored to work for High Priority Plumbing, and Grace, just so thankful to know you. I know that you are so big on giving back to the community,
Yes.
and you're not just. I feel like about you, Grace, is you're not just trying to sell the next house.
Mhm.
You're trying to actually put the homeowner with the house that they need.
Yeah.
And that's great for their family, but also give back to the community that you live in. And I love all that you're doing. So the fact that I was able to meet you and we could get connected, just so thankful for that. So I just wanted to thank you and honor you for that up front.
Well, me too. And we, so for those of you who don't know, I have a fellow realtor friend of mine. Her name's Michelle. She and I had been brainstorming what can we do to give back to our teachers. My mom taught for 37 years, I think, before she retired. My whole family has been in education, and just wanting to give back. What can we do to just show some love to our teachers and our support staffs at the school? And so Michelle and I had decided that this year we were going to ask some of our partners to help us out and have our partners do donations of different items. And so our plan in August, we did cookies. We did big cookie trays. We took around to the 5 schools in our cluster here in Monroe. And then we are planning a big coffee run to, we found out one of our schools has no coffee maker whatsoever. So I'm like, no, yo, and it happens to be a school my child goes to. So I was like, we need your teachers caffeinated. So we're going to get you a coffee maker. So we bought the coffee maker. And then thankfully, all of our sponsors like High Priority and some lenders and insurance guys, we had a roofer, a cleaning lady that has helped us out. Y'all have been the big heroes here and just supporting us to support those teachers. And so we have coffee pods, ground coffee, and we're going to be making the trips in the next week or so to the schools to drop that off. And one, yes, to get our name out there, but our goal too is that you don't need a realtor every day of your life, right? But we know that these teachers live in homes where they may need a roofer, they may need an electrician, they may need a plumber. Their septic tank might have issues and they're going to need somebody that's reliable. And I think one of the biggest, as a homeowner, one of the most frustrating things is not knowing who to call when you have that problem. And making those phone calls and, okay, well, I'll call this guy because he has this many reviews, or because he's close by, or so and so referred this guy, but he's all the way, in Macon. Well, he's not going to come out here to Monroe for me. So with us partnering with you and you partnering with us, we're providing your contact info to those teachers and everybody in the school, so that when they come in and they go, oh wow, look, we got a coffee maker, or hey, who brought us all these little coffee pods, and who's taking care of us this month, and that was really sweet, that we will have flyers with y'all's information, the other partners that have helped us, because you might get a bill in the mail for your car insurance, your homeowner's insurance, and go, holy cow, they just jacked up the price and I don't want to pay this anymore. Well, who are you going to go to, right? You can just aimlessly make phone calls, or we want to solidify ourselves in this community as being the go-to people
Yes.
to find people like you.
That's so awesome, Grace. Like being a resource.
Yes.
You know, when I think of you and Michelle, that's what I think of, is that you guys are a resource, and just, you know, thank you again for putting all of us together to serve the teachers. And, you know, the sky's the limit. You know, when we all give a piece, we can literally change our communities by loving others, you know, when we do it together. So, and that's like High Priority Plumbing. One reason why I love working with them so much is their love of community and their giving back. So I believe, Grace, our partnership is just perfect, you know, for both of our visions. So super grateful.
We were working on, we did a landing page. So we, when we do our delivery, we're going to have flyers with everybody's info that they can take with them. But we also created a landing page where we're going to put some QR codes out. They'll scan those QR codes and it will give them direct links to your websites, to your email, so that when they have a problem, they can, and your phone numbers, but when they have a problem, they can give you a call, shoot you an email. But I think that, to me, you know, you want to work with people that you have used before, that have done a great job for you, that have have gone over and above, right? And so I am excited to partner with you guys. I am excited to pass your information on to clients and friends and relatives who may need a service. And the fact that you service such a large area. I know there's, like, I found you guys because the people that did our septic tank did a fantastic job. And I called them for a client of mine and I said, she needs a septic inspection. And they said, where is it? And I said, well, it's out in Monroe. And they said, well, we will only do installs and go that far. We're not going to go that far for a inspection. And I was just kind of like a little bit devastated, because now I got to go back to the drawing board and I got to make these phone calls. And what if I find somebody who's going to do it and then they don't treat her fairly, or they don't do a good job? And so when Michelle sent me y'all's info, I was like, all right, I think this will be good. And thankfully we ended up not accepting the contract that needed the septic inspection, but now I know exactly who I can go to get those inspections, and to help take care of that. So I'm grateful to be able to partner with you guys and to work with you and to recommend you. So what, we've already talked about the pipes and everything that happened in Atlanta, and just a few little things that you can do. As a reminder for those who are just hopping on or watching the replay, you can get just a little checkup. You can call them and they'll come out and they'll check your pipes before the winter hits and make sure everything's in good working order, and give you some tips on how you might want to, you know, protect those pipes, protect your house. I mean, honestly, your home is your largest investment, right? And so I don't want to leak. I don't want to deal with that. And I'm not sure, you know, many people wake up and go, you know what I'd really like today? I'd really like the pipes to burst. Because, you know, I haven't talked to Brenda in a while, and I'm going to need to, you know, nobody wants to do that, right? So any other little tidbits that you, in your time with High Priority in the business, or things that you have seen that you go, you know, really that call could have been prevented had they done this instead? Any other tips or tricks that you could share with us?
Well, I think what's so funny is, hey, I love Home Network. What is it? Yeah, Home and Garden, right? Network. Love that show, but it has really created a culture of DIYers, which is awesome. You know, we always want to try to save money, but definitely we've seen where we go into a home and they tried to work on it themselves and it didn't work out, and then they call us and they end up having to spend more money. So, you know, the small things, we definitely, you can YouTube it, but we would hope that if it's bigger, you would let us just come to save you having to do 2 trips, you know, and spend more money. So we've definitely seen issues with that. Just people trying to fix it on their own, and they really,
They
don't
didn't
know
know.
what
Yeah.
they're doing.
I actually, so I showed a client my first house. So my house, we sold it. And then that client, the person who bought it from us, they sold it 2 years later. 2 years after that, it was back on the market again, and I had clients and it was in their price range. So I went to show them to them. And we got up to the master and they had redone the shower, but they had done it themselves. And it was a hot mess. And I was like, I can tell you this was my house for 15 years. I can tell you the ins and outs. I can tell you that in that wall over there, the baby gate punctured a hole and my kids put a whole bunch of toys down there. Like, I'll tell you what's in the walls of this house. I've been here long enough, right? But I was like, oh, this is rough. They did not do a good job. And I know a bathroom remodel can be really expensive, but I'm like, I don't know, like they extended some things and moved some things, and I'm like, that's plumbing. And if they didn't do it right and that starts leaking behind the wall, you might not know it till it's too late. So yeah, I totally agree. I think there are certain things that you can do yourself and you could try. YouTube is great for that, but if you're not handy and coordinated, I don't think you should be messing with your piping.
Well, we have the ability to look at what's in the pipes that other people can't see. And so the DIYer doesn't have a camera that can go through the line and doesn't have special leak detection devices. So, yeah, that's one way that it's good to give us a call. But I would like to say that, sometimes plumbing gets a little bit of a bad rap. People think that, maybe they get overcharged and things like that. And so we do have set prices. And one thing we really offer our clients is we're 24/7 emergency plumbing company. So if there's an emergency at 3 a.m., we're going to charge you the same as if we came at 3 p.m.
That's fantastic. And there's not, and does that include not that I might have a septic issue at 3 a.m. I think that would be a little bit weird. But does that include after hours, Sundays, Saturdays, that kind of thing? If something goes wrong, you got to back up, or whatever's happening, you guys will come out on a weekend as well?
We work 24/7. We have guys out all hours, night and day. We on the nighttime, if it's not an emergency, we just wait and come the next morning at 8. But otherwise, we come and we really do charge the same thing. And also, it doesn't matter what area of Atlanta we go to. We can go from the houses that are the most expensive houses to more budget friendly homes, and we're going to charge the same thing. So that's really something that the owners really wanted to put in place when they started High Priority Plumbing, and it's been with us the whole time. And so
that's awesome.
If you're already having an emergency, you shouldn't be penalized.
Right.
Additionally, you're already going through a hard time. So when the pipes were busted and we were getting all those phone calls, I know people were surprised by their bill that it was not as expensive as they thought, because we were literally, one of our guys, he worked all day and he kept getting soaking wet by all the pipes. And so we went to Walmart, got new clothes, then went back and went to a friend of mine's house that works for Surf Pro in Griffin. And so we were able to take care of him, but he just had to go get fresh clothes and shoes and everything because he was soaking wet. So it
was cold outside. That was December.
It was freezing. Remember how cold it was? And so we have pictures of our guys literally that made makeshift trash bag shirt, to try to
right. And I'll tell you what was so funny. We take our youth group to Six Flags in December. There's usually less crowds. And we had plans. I think we already had our tickets as well for a specific day. And I got an email that said the park is going to be closed tomorrow because the pipes busted. And I think that was early, that was still early enough that I was like, did they really, or you guys just don't want to come to work today, right? We don't have busted pipes like that in Atlanta. And then it was that chain reaction, everybody. And I was like, I told my husband, I said, I've never worried about our pipes before, but I'm kind of worried right now. Like everybody had that going on, and it was just all that cold weather that we don't usually get.
Mhm.
And it stayed so low for so long. So, yeah, it can happen here. Like I know, like up north, that's probably more common. It happens all the time. Down here, we're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, definitely something to consider now, rather than when it's too late and you've got water pouring from your ceilings or,
Yes.
things like that. So, well, if you don't mind, we'll go ahead and wrap up. But if you don't mind just sharing y'all's website, where they can find out more information about you guys.
Yeah. So we're at highpriorityplumbing.com.
Okay.
And you'll have a contact form. You can fill that out. We'll call you right back and get you on the schedule. Or you can call our dispatch team at 770-860-8110. And
Okay.
I did want to say one quick thing. We do have anyone that ever answers the phone at High Priority Plumbing is always an employee.
Okay.
And so you're never going to be calling a call service or anything.
Oh,
So
and that's a big, yeah.
yeah.
And I will say there's a lot of people out there that are not part of a company. They do this, they're smaller companies.
Right. A
And
one person.
you're
Yes.
calling them directly, and so it's a weekend, they might not answer because this is, it's a weekend. Or you end up going to a call center and they don't know what
They
they're
don't
doing,
know plumbing. Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, the whole, especially when you're in an emergency situation. But even when it's one of those, like, what, we know this is coming up, like our septic system was 40 years old. We knew some things needed to be done. But just knowing that when I call you guys, I'm getting a live person that is local for the most part, depending on where you live. But I think y'all's headquarters are in Covington or in Conyers.
Conyers, but
In
our guys
Conyers.
live all over Walton County, all over the area. So we are local because our guys
Yes.
actually live there. Their kids go to school there. They're on the baseball teams. I mean, so.
Yeah. So I love it. And I appreciate you taking time out of your day to chat with me for a few minutes. So again, if you are in need of any kind of plumbing or septic, be sure to call my friends over at High Priority. And I will post all of the information to get in contact with you in the comments when we're done. So it was so good to talk with you.
This was awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks.